This is Santa Monica by Everclear, and what we're going to do first is just make sure we're in tune with a tuner. So if you have a guitar tuner, tune it to standard tuning now, and then you should be in tune with the recording so that when you play along you sound just like it. Next up, we'll play along with the music ones for you. We're going to work on the intro first, and that way you can see how it looks as my hands play the song, and from there we will learn it note by note. Here we go. I'll take that one more time for you so you can see it again.
I am still living with your...
Okay, this whole thing starts with a power chord. A lot of times you do a power chord like this with 1, 3, and pinky. In the case of this song, you use your third finger over the 5th string and 4th string, kind of hyperextended a little like that, and your first finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. And we're going to strum only those 3 strings, just like this. From there we're going to lift our first finger up so that we expose the open 6th string, and then put it back down. So the whole riff looks like this. Easy enough, right? Okay, now you may notice there's a couple muted strings in there, these little... And the way you achieve that is you lift your fingers off the fret slightly while keeping them in contact with the strings. And then we're going to use our right hand over here with down, up strokes to create the muted effect. And then we have our final chord. This is actually a G chord in the shape of a bar chord. And the way we achieve this one is we use our first finger across all of the strings here on the 3rd fret, our second finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and then the 3rd and pinky on the 5th and 4th strings. So it's going to look something like this, and we just strum through the strings. And it should ring nice and clearly when you strum it. So the whole thing put together looks like this. And there's our intro. Let's move along to the verse. This is the verse to Santa Monica by Everclear. There we have it so far. It all starts with a similar riff to we saw in the verse. In fact, it's the exact same riff we saw. And so we're going to do that once, and the second time through, we're not going to have any mutes. Third time through, mutes, then we're going to move up here to this chord, which I'm going to show you right now. We're going to use our first finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string, and our 3rd is hyperextended over the 4th and 3rd strings, and a little bit of the 2nd. Mostly these two though. And then we're going to take that same chord shape and move it up to the 7th fret. Now it's important to know how many strums of each we're going to do. We're going to do 2 of these in rhythm, then 2 more, just 1 of these. Then we're going to move the whole thing down to 3rd fret, 2 of those in 1 segment, then we move to an open A chord. So we have 2 more, an A chord, and this one we form by using our open 5th string and our first finger over the 4th and 3rd strings. And we're only going to strum 1 of those. And then from there it's back to our original chord we learned earlier. So again, that sequence is 2 of these in rhythm, 2 more, little slide up here to 7th, down to 3rd, chord, and then after that we're going to do some individually picked notes over here with our right hand, and that's going to be first string, second string, third string. So I'll go through that one more time for you so you can catch it. We have this, and from there he just keeps going and repeats that pattern for the next verse. Easy enough, right? Let's move along to the chorus. This is the chorus to Santa Monica by Everclear. I'm going to go over it with the music for you once so you can see what it looks like as my fingers move along with it. Take a look at it now. We all start with the same chord shape we learned a little bit earlier. I turned a little bit of distortion on the guitar because they use just a little bit of distortion in the recording. So if you have a distortion pedal, maybe fire that up and add a little bit to the tone. And we're going to do 2 of those, 4 mutes, then 2 more, and slide it up to 5th fret. So we have, and then we move down to here, our original chord, then 4 mutes, and then we move it up here to 7th fret. Just 1 of those, 2 of them on the 5th fret after that, 4 mutes after that, then 2 more, just 1 on the 3rd, and then 2 on the 3rd with our root on the 6th string here. And then it all starts again. With this little transition, we're going to have 3-3, and then the 5th fret, root on the 5th string here. And then it starts again. And then we're back to that. So I'll do it one more time for you so you can get a good look at it. Here we go. So there's our chorus to the song. Let's move along to some of the fills. These are the fills in Santa Monica by Everclear. What I'm going to do is we'll cover them one by one. So there it is a couple times. All it is a bend on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and we're just going to use our 2nd finger for it. Hit that note, 2nd fret. Push the string up, play it 6 times, and then bring it back down to the 2nd fret here. So the whole thing looks like this. One more time. And that's our first fill. Let's move along to the next one. Okay, what that is the 5th fret on the 3rd string, 3rd finger. We're just going to bend it a full step. And hold it, maybe give it a little vibrato, shake it a little bit. Just like that. So there's our 2nd fill. Let's move along to the 3rd one. This one is kind of toward the end of the... Okay, what we're doing here is we're taking our 1st finger on the 15th fret, 1st string, plucking that note, and then hammering to the 17th fret. In other words, we're just going to use the momentum of our 2nd finger to fret that note without picking it, and we're going to do that twice. Then we are going to bend slightly, pluck it again, and then bend full, and pluck it one more time, so it looks like this. And there's that lick. So we're going to move on to the last one now. This one is actually the hardest of the bunch. It goes by rather quickly, and it's the one that's the softest in the mix of the song. So you kind of have to listen close for it. Here's what it says. Okay, so that one starts on the 12th fret, and it goes right down the scale. Just like so. It's actually a pentatonic scale for those of you who know a little bit about music theory and scales already. You can apply that knowledge to this lick. For those of you who don't, I'm going to show it to you note by note. We start with our index finger on the 12th fret of the first string. Then our third finger comes over here to second string, 15th fret, to first 12th fret, also on the second string. Second finger 14th fret, third string after that. Then to first finger 12th fret, also on the third string. And then we're going to end up here on 14th fret of the fourth string. So the whole sequence looks like this. So far anyway. From there we're going to do this little lick that repeats. And what I'm doing here is 14th fret. That's going to be the last note of our first part of the sequence, 4th string, to first finger 12th fret, 3rd string, second finger 14th fret, also on 3rd string, and then back to our 12th fret note here. So our sequence looks like this. And that's repeated a couple times. And then they end it with a bend on the 14th fret. I like to use my third finger because it gives us a little bit more leverage to have these two fingers behind it. So when we look at the whole lick, it looks like this. One more time. And then there is one more bent note after that. It comes about a bar later in the song. We're not going to play it along with the music because it's kind of too easy to do. It's too easy to even bother playing with the music. The last note looks like this. It goes, which is our 17th fret, first string, third finger bent, a full step. Just like that. And that about does it for the fills to the song, and that concludes all the pieces. All there is to this one is the intro, verse, chorus, and fills. So now we're going to go next and play along with the entire song.